Broadcasting live from sunny South Florida, this is KMA Talk Radio. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of fine cigars. Your KMA crew, the Italian Scallion, Paul DeGracco, Alex Tavella, a.k.a. The Goat, and always telling it like it is, Honest Abe.
I like to smoke them like the Winston Churchill, like John Kennedy, yeah. Remember Coach Red Auerbach, smoked up for victory, yeah. Well, you can take my wife, you can take my car, but you can't take my big cigar. My cigar.
Good morning to all our loyal listeners, libertarians, and lovers of the leaf. I'm your host, Honest Abe, and this is KMA episode number 439. We are broadcasting from sunny South Florida, along with my trusted gang who sits here every week with me, the Italian scallion himself, Paul DeGracco, and the man they call the GOAT, Alex Tabella.
Lay.
Lele!
I feel so left out.
We are Hawaiian. We are Hawaiian style today, doing luau. Yep.
Wow. Oh, I like the orange.
Yes, can't get it to show.
Oh,
Right
thanks,
there.
Paul. Thanks a lot, Paul.
Right there.
That's
That's right.
It's TGS time, boys and girls.
This time
Does that come with the ticket?
does come with the ticket.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
And this marvelous hat.
This year's party pack. No, Coop. Paul's like a.
Never say never, Coop, and don't give him any ideas, please.
You know, I almost took my promo picture with a flowery dress on just because I thought it would be funny, but then I said I think I love myself more than that.
Yeah.
Smart idea, Paul. Good thinking.
But yeah, this year's TGS, the luau party pack, the party pack as we call it, is literally, without a doubt, the most epic package in 16 years now. 16 years of doing this event. In fact, I was just doing some of the math last night, and I think we put like the value of the package. The cigars, I think, the value of the cigars alone, I think, came up about $365. But I think when we added in the hat, the shirt, the lei, the ashtray, now that we could talk about it,
Lighter.
the Drew Estate spray paint can lighter TGS edition. Yes,
Ooh.
this was one of the reasons why we had to actually wait till the November 12th.
Right.
They didn't want us to talk about this. They made this awesome spray paint can lighter, torch lighter, that they didn't want us to talk about it until after their Freestyle Live, which was yesterday, which was Thursday. But yeah, that's part of the party pack. It's like it was $485 of stuff, really. And
Wow.
yeah, it's absurd this year. It's absurd. So
And just that lighter too. So like they released and they showed that lighter in Freestyle Live, but for TGS, you're getting that lighter in a special TGS commemorative edition. It's not this. The only place you're going to be able to get that one is with TGS, with your TGS package. It's not the regular Drew Estate one. They made one just for us, which is pretty cool.
Yes, and it comes with the pack. So between
That is cool. Yeah. I like that.
between that, shot glass, pretty cool. Yeah,
Ooh.
this is gonna be a pretty. This is gonna be the most insane package we've ever done in a long time.
Do you not have the lighter there yet?
No, actually, I texted. I think they were afraid to send it to me early. No, I'm
They
serious.
didn't trust you?
No, I'm serious. I asked for it a long time ago because we wanted to. Now we can talk about But if you went to the TGS site, or even saw the video we posted up earlier, you could see there's a little spray paint can in the thing, and we had to mock it up with the art they used. Because I asked him for one for photography, and I texted him last night, and he didn't reply to me. So I'm gonna, Ryan, I'm calling you. I'm calling you. Calling you after the show. But yeah, we want to get that can in hand, and
Yeah.
the rest of this stuff we're all air freighting, man. There's no more ships. It's all whatever we got left coming in for the Great Smoke is
That's the only way to do it right now, right? You can't.
triple the cost.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
By the way, Abe, it was weird. I actually got some of the stuff or the prototypes for the dinner delivered to my house. Oddly, like literally, UPS rerouted them. I guess they looked up.
Marissa.
Yeah, they looked up. It had here on a label, and then they put another label on and rerouted it to my house. Oddly.
Yeah, odd.
So did you
I
eat
keep
it all?
No, it's not edible, but it'll be cool. It's part of the dinner.
Part of the dinner.
Wow.
Yeah. Epic
Oh.
stuff this year.
Epic.
In fact, last year was the first time we did TGS editions, right? TGS cigars. And it was such a big hit. We commissioned 5 guys to do it this year. And our guest today is actually one of them. One of them.
Ooh.
It'll be interesting to talk and guess.
Ooh. Hold on, let me get in there.
That's the sleeper of the bunch. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I said that last week.
Yeah, I mean that thing is a gem.
This is going to be a sleeper.
Wow. Oh, bye, Alex. Somebody's got to answer the phone.
Had to shut ringers off. By the way,
Don't they know you're on the air?
real quick. Well, who knows? They're probably calling for smoking or TGS lighters, spray can lighters. But by the way, if you want a VIP ticket, you better get it soon because they are flying.
I haven't even looked.
VIP is flying.
Oh yeah, I saw a lot of people posting that they got their VIP
Yeah.
tickets yesterday. Actually,
Yeah.
how many VIP tickets are there, Abe?
350.
Okay, and that usually sells out, right?
Maybe less. Yeah, it sells out every year, but usually between me and you, it doesn't sell out till probably like end of December, early January. I got a feeling they'll be gone by the end of next week.
It's moving fast. VIPs are moving fast.
Yeah, if not sooner, to be honest with you. And I'm gonna have, I can tell you right now, it's gonna be a nightmare headache with all our regulars who
Coming in the day of, hey, why aren't I a VIP?
No, I mean they'll just like think like, oh, in a month from now, oh, there's no, there isn't. Yeah, we made that tragic mistake like early on. I think it was year 3 or 4. We just sold them and let them go out, and people didn't have places to sit down. I'll never forget that year. We were just bringing in like chairs and stuff from anywhere. So like literally, we produce 1 ticket for every chair we have, not 1 ticket more. So if it sells out, it sells out. Don't bother me. Don't go. I could even go over the plethora of PMs I've gotten in 48 hours. I mean, it really is, because we're packing these by shirt size. We've never given away a TGS shirt, right? Because size is a nightmare. It's easy to give away a hat.
Right.
But because last year was virtual and we didn't want to do a year without making shirts. Normally we would just sell them at the event. We would make so much of each size, and if they're gone, they're gone. That's the way it goes.
Right.
So last year we gave them away. So this year we decided to continue the tradition. But it's a logistics nightmare. So we picked the 4 most popular sizes, right? Large, 2X, large, extra large, 2X, and 3X. If you don't fall within that spectrum, you just got to realize that, hey, I'm not in the normal clothing spectrum, right? I mean, I'm bigger than 3X and other stuff that we make, I get to wear. And
listen, if you bring it into 3X, now you have a goal. You have a goal to get into that 3X great smoke shirt.
And listen, realistically, if you're medium, then you really aren't man sizes as far as
you need to
All
put on
right.
2 pounds anyway.
Listen, no man should be a medium. No man. You ain't a medium.
You ain't a medium.
I'm back in a medium now.
Maybe now. 2 cheeseburgers.
Now I am.
Push up or 3, will you? You'll get back in a large.
2 cheeseburgers, you'll be back in a large. But medium, no man should be wearing a medium. If you're wearing a medium, you just have to resign yourself that your body does not fit in the spectrum of men's sizes. That's just it.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, that's it. There's nothing wrong with it. But, it's just the way it goes.
But I'll tell you what, Abe, speaking of, getting messages and whatnot, I'm getting a lot of messages too, but I'm really actually enjoying the messages I'm getting because most of them are, hey, I've never been to the Great Smoke before. This is all new to me. I have a question. And I'm all for those questions. I love to see people that are going to come experience this for the first time. So first-time questions, I absolutely welcome.
We have to find
Been there 10 times, don't message me. You already know what's going on.
Right.
We have to find that page we did last year, facts, right? And put it
Oh,
out.
yeah. Frequently asked questions.
Yeah, frequently asked questions. We need to put that back out there. But yeah, I got guys that say, well, I'm not any one of those sizes. Can I swap out this shirt? I'm like, really? I mean, just give it to somebody. Use it. I mean, what do we do? We're going to find me. We pack these things 2,000 at a time.
Right.
We're not looking at what label goes on what. It just goes out by size, But
Allison, all you have to do with the shirt is get a large, do the little cut here like the
Little
girls
cut,
do, and then you tie up
rubber
the bottom
band.
like this. Yeah,
Paul's a professional at it. Look at it. He knows. He's done
that's
it
what
before.
that's what the girls do with these shirts.
That's what you do, Paul.
I've never used a rubber band on a shirt. Have I ever cut? I have cut a shirt, but I cut the sleeves off a shirt. But I've never cut it here and it showed more cleavage. Oh man, I'm excited. I got a couple of what do you call them in Facebook? PMs or DMs from random people from Smokin' Social that are like, it's awesome that you're going to be a co-host this year. I was so excited about it. So it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a fun event. And I'm looking forward with the Red Meat Lovers Club dinner, Abe. There's a limit to those too, correct? Because you can only have so many people.
No, there's definitely everything has a limit. There's a limit to everything, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only so many seats for the dinner. There's really small seats, because there's really small seats because the video production company hasn't come down to do a site check yet, which will probably happen at the end of this month. So I kind of made a guesstimation on how they're going to set up. So I really don't know how
a safe, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how many people could, because the virtual studio where people at home will be watching, it's about 100 yards away from the event site. So we've sold tickets for people who are attending live. If they say, "Hey, I want to go see, the Steve Saka session," they're only going to be like 20-minute sessions. We're going to have a little golf cart or a shuttle, and they, for some of the guys who can't walk 100 yards, and we're going to get them over there. And I think there's only like 30 we put up, and it might be 50, but I won't know until after the production company comes down.
Right.
Yeah, playing it safe.
Yeah, we put up 30 for that, but we've never done it before, so I don't know what kind of demand there's going to be. I mean, I don't know if people are going to want to leave the event site to go watch a 20-minute segment. I don't know if maybe some hardcore fans will want to see certain segments. I just don't know what it is, but we just thought we'd put it out there.
Yeah, I think that's cool. It's kind of like when you go to a trade show and you go and see some of the sessions with certain speakers.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I mean, you want to break from the floor, go inside where it's air conditioned, head over for a studio thing and then head back to the event.
Yeah. No, I like the idea. I think it's going to be cool. It'll be a nice way to break it up too if you can get into one of the sessions. And it's a long day. It's a fun day, but it's a long day for sure.
Well, it's a lot shorter day than it was last year.
That's true. It will be.
Well,
for you. Yeah. I just got to hang out with Saka and Evan Darnell for a few hours and eat sliders. It was great. I had a great time.
This I believe it's not finalized. It's the prototype. This, how we have our smoke-in table lighters. This is going to be next generation. This is going to be our third generation one. What do you think?
This thing is nice.
Ooh,
yeah, it's nice.
We're going to make some changes to the design and color, but yeah, this is gonna, it's a quad.
I like the trim on it. That gold trim.
Man, I was taking that gold off.
Oh no, I like that.
You like these little lines?
Yeah, you know what? It reminds me of like wainscoting in an office. I like that a lot.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah, I like the gold trim, but you obviously add other stuff to it. But I like that. Ooh, that might be my first table lighter.
Oh, are you ready?
Yeah.
Hey.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's grooved in top to hold the cigar. So yeah, I'm testing this out, lighting stuff up all week, see how she holds up, but she's looking really good.
That's awesome.
Messages when the lighters will be coming out will commence in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. We don't know yet, people.
They're in a freighter off Long Beach right now.
Yeah, right. So we'll see them in June.
Oh God.
Still on the boat.
What about the advent calendars are with that, I'm assuming.
That's what the lighters was a joke. It's the advent calendars I'm talking about. The advent calendars, the ashtrays, the smoke-in TGS ashtrays, the Connoisseur Club boxes. They want $12,500, something like that, almost $13,000 to direct freight it. And I told them, okay, tell me when it's going to be on the truck, because if you want me to pay the $12,000, they want me to pay the $12,000 now to secure the truck. But that could mean we get it December 26th.
Right. You need a date if you're going to pay that money. You got to tell me when they're going to get it.
That's what I'm saying. If I know the stuff's going to be off the ship in 3 or 4 days, here's the $12,000.
Right.
Then just get it out of there. Get it over here. They can't do that, so I don't know what to do.
They can't. So, but they still.
I don't want to choke another $12,000 in this project.
Right, and it comes for New Year's anyway.
It comes in January.
But they still would have to get into port. Isn't that the hardest part? Getting
That's
a spot.
The point. Yeah.
Port?
Right.
They're not going to fly helicopters out there and pull your containers off.
Mark, this is not King's Gold.
Negative.
This is a very special cigar. It's a TGS edition that has a great backstory. This was actually a smoke-in collaboration that we'll talk about more as TGS rolls out. But this cigar will be released for TGS attendees, and I'm telling you, this is a killer.
Very cool, man.
Our guest later today will tell us a little bit more about it.
Can't wait.
Somebody might text him and just tell him not to break out the collaboration news because I didn't mention that to him.
He can hear us right now. He can hear us now.
Doesn't mean he's watching.
Right.
No, he's there. I'm looking at him.
Okay. We're going to do it as the product comes in, and we can take product photography. We're going to do a press release on each project, TGS project. So that's the case. So Alex,
keep them a secret as you go.
Yes. Tell us.
Yes.
Background. What's the background story?
The background. So this is Victor's Cafe, which is a little Italian restaurant literally on the corner of the street where I grew up. And in the restaurant, they actually sing opera during dinner service. But you may recognize this place as Adrian's Restaurant in the Rocky Balboa movies.
Adrian!
Yes.
So I just got up because I saw a post by Daniel Lemus. So I'm going to talk about this really quick.
What's he scouring? Is he scouring the background?
He said they're $1,000 away from the 10,000 goal for Steve Toth fundraiser, who is a dear friend of ours, not just a patron. He's a dear friend of ours. He's a smoking socialite, and I know KMA plays outside our smoking socialite platform. So if you're watching it, we have a private smoking socialite group, probably one of the most funnest interactive groups out there. And there's a fundraiser for one of our members who is battling cancer right now. And I just want to remind everybody that I put a prize up outside of making my own personal donation. I put a prize up there, one of the most sought after cigars from last year's Great Smoke, and probably could have maybe historically go down as one of the greatest unicorn cigars of the cigar industry, was this limited Great Smoke edition green open box that only 100 were made, and then 30 more were released later, but were broken up in 5-packs.
In 1-packs.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, 1-packs with 4 other Fuente cigars.
Yeah.
So I had one box personally that I was holding on. I put up my box for raffle, right? So for every $100, and I think Steve's going to close this out, I don't know when, the end of this month or whatever it is. But for anybody who join in Smoking Social, or Steve, if you could post a link to it here. In case
I'll post it to KMA too.
Yeah, post it to KMA. If you make a $100 donation, or for every $100 donation, we will give you one entry to win this box. Now, I'm just telling you, this box within the first week was in the aftermarket. I saw it for as high as $4,000. There's only 10 cigars in here.
Right.
And we saw people buying it for $2,000, $3,000, and I think it was as high as
$2,000.
It's probably one of the greatest unicorn boxes of all time. I'm going to give this away. If you make $100 donation, you'll be automatically entered. For every $100, we'll give you an additional entry. And there's a bunch of other prizes and cool stuff that people put up. So even if you don't win this, you still got a great opportunity to win some other cool stuff. We didn't organize this. Daniel Lemus did. So I'm not sure when he's closing it out. It might be in the post, but it'll definitely be probably sometime end of this month. And we're going to do the drawings live on a randomizer. But it will be in our Smoking Social Facebook group page. So if you're unfamiliar with it, please go to Facebook and look up Smoking Social and just join us. 3 simple questions. That's all you got to do. You don't even have to be a customer. You just want to get to know us better. Head over there and join us.
Hey, Dan, do me a favor. Message me that link, please. Make it easy for me.
Yeah. Help us out, Dan.
It's so much stuff flying through and Smoking Social. I don't want to have to dig for it. I want to get it up.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So
you may notice my background. Nobody mentioned my background.
Nope.
No.
Oh, no. So you're not in the new house yet?
Still in the slums.
We were supposed to close on Friday, yesterday, and I got a call Thursday morning that there's no ceiling on the first floor. The ceiling had to be taken out completely and refloated.
Nice.
So we noticed some seams in the drywall, and we thought they could just sand them out, but they couldn't. So they literally took the whole ceiling down on the first floor and they reinstalled it all in one day, resprayed it, everything. Final roll was yesterday afternoon. They also had to pull up the floors in my son's room. We found a broken truss from a crane, so they had to fix that. So there were no floors in my son's room until yesterday.
It's interesting because the ceilings in the crack house that you're currently staying in seem perfectly fine. I don't,
They are pretty nice.
they,
There's a
they
lot of
seem,
stains on them.
It's the crack house.
Listen,
and the
I woke up
slum.
this morning. It's like mass exodus here. The whole neighborhood's like selling these places because they're going for like 300 grand when they probably bought them for like 80. And they had all their junk out on the curb for pickup on Tuesday or whenever garbage comes here. And some kids last night must have picked
Thank
up
you,
a
Dan.
full length mirror and smashed it in front of our driveway. So I woke up this morning to that walking the dogs. I had to sweep up all the glass from the mirror from our driveway. It's pretty cool.
That seems
Nice,
like
nice little neighborhood.
that seems like fun stuff.
Yeah, but we're supposed to close on Tuesday now, so we'll see. I don't listen to anything that they say at this point. I just hope that we'll be in by Thanksgiving, maybe Christmas. At this point, but
Christmas?
yeah,
Come on.
listen, I don't know, man. If you look at the house, you'd be like, hey, it's nice. I texted the builder this morning. I said, hey, we're gonna take a ride after the radio show today, and he goes, you may want to delay a little bit. Okay. All right. We'll go tomorrow. I've gone every day for the last 2 weeks. They hate me there. I'm the reason why they pulled up the floors, though, because they fixed them the incorrect way. They only patched them, and I wanted them to replace the floor where they cracked it with the crane. I said, in that way, when you're pulling up the floorboards, you can see, like, hey, oh, man, there's some damage here. I just had a feeling that there'd be some damage there, and there was.
You're treacherous, Paul. I don't know if you looked this up, Alex, but look at this, dude.
Ooh.
This thing is just, I'm telling you, it's amazingly solid. The draw, I'm very excited about the cigar. Realistically, this is the only one we had early enough that we were able to just smoke a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So sent us a bundle, but that's part of it too. But something we're doing differently than last
KMA,
year.
it's posted.
Ugh, just dropped.
Thank you.
The GoFundMe's posted on KMA's page.
Something that we're doing differently than last year, to kind of spread things out instead of jamming everything in one day. Each of these releases will have their own virtual sessions prior to the Great Smoke. So the first one is going to be Aganorsa Leaf December 8th with Terrence Riley. Each of the sessions is going to be on a Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, whatever you call it these days. And they are doing that Aganorsa 109 or that blend, the Miami blend that he did last year. I believe it's in a Figurado, and it comes in a beautiful box this year. So that if you're a fan of the Aganorsa release last year, it's back again, and that will be December 8th. Now you have to have your ticket prior to December 8th to be eligible to participate in that event. So if you want to, get in these limited releases, if you want to be involved in all five, or at least have a shot at all five, you got to buy your ticket before December 8th. But, that's the first one, December 8th. And then obviously probably by the time Steve Saka rolls around in the end of December, it'll be filled up. But that's the little trick on that. Get your tickets, because to access the TGS store, just like last year, you have to have a ticket. The system will not recognize you as a guest unless you have a ticket to the event. I know.
Good little tidbit.
Yeah, I know we're gonna have a lot. We have to really make that fact sheet. There's gonna be a lot of questions.
Yeah.
That helped last year, though.
Oh yeah, it did.
Well, what do you say? Since we're
It's
talking
just the
about
only way
cigar?
to make it work between virtual and in person.
Yeah, it was tricky doing both, but I think we got it. I think we got it all logistically put together.
My genius idea.
Yes, smoking up. There you go. All right, Paul.
Very
Let's
humble.
turn this on. See what's going on.
Let's do it.
All right.
I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell.
It's time to meet your maker.
And we are pleased to welcome live from the Dominican Republic, Mr. Henderson Ventura. Henderson, welcome to the show.
Thank you,
My
guys.
man.
Thank you to the big team in Florida. Appreciate the invitation to the KM show. Thanks to Abe, Alex, Paul. So we have a beautiful day here in the Dominican Republic. A beautiful season also. Is one of the greatest season for us here when we're starting to plant all the tobacco in the fields, and we have some exciting things coming up. So, also very excited to get into the big show next
Great
year.
smoke.
Great smoke. So
So
very excited.
You're in the Dominican Republic now. This is where you live.
Yeah, yeah.
So you live in the
I live
Dominican.
here in Santiago, Tamboril, close to the factory.
And how often do you come to the States to work?
I will say once a month. Uh, I go to the state at least like once a month for 4 days to a week, not longer than that. Um, Sometimes I have some exception, like last month in October, I did 3 trips, but short trips, like between 2 and 3 days, just to cover some events that I have pending, uh, and also to have a break in November. Like this month, I'm not traveling at all. So this month, I have to spend some time here in the fields, taking care of all the tobacco, taking care of the fields, follow up the process, and getting ready for next year also.
Anderson, give us a little background of your history and how you got into business. Because when you first started out, I believe your cigars was a European only release.
Um, so the Aventura we're starting in Switzerland and the Dominican Republic first. That's the two countries that we're starting the distribution. I
What
started in a small company.
what made you choose Switzerland to start?
I have a partner on Aventura. So my partner Marcel Nobel, he's from Zurich, Switzerland. He have a cigar lounge there. He's a sommelier also, and he have massive marketing. So he loved to do business. He have like multiple business. He have like a wine business, coffee business, uh, some cognac, and he also have a cigar lounge there in Zurich. So he do in the cigar lounge. He do just like some special event, like doing pairings with coffee, wine, champagne, cognac. So that's his background, and he have a background in marketing also. The that I don't know much about it, but this guy, he's from out of a country that is not a cigar producer. He's one of the guy that I know that have a big knowledge about tobacco, and we have 6 years working together, and he's a maniac. He wants to know every single detail about everything, and he be learning a lot, and he know a lot about tobacco from different countries. He been traveling all around the world, trying tobacco from different countries and making blend in different countries, and he fall in love with the Dominican Republic. We meet up back in 2016
In the
for
Dominican Republic.
in the Dominican Republic, and I was surprised about this guy, about the knowledges that he have about tobacco and cigars, and
What
his
were you
palate also.
what were you doing in the cigar industry before you met up with him?
I have 15 years in the industry already,
Tell us about
so
that. 15 years of what?
so
Your
so
family's been making cigars, yes?
yeah. So my dad, he been in business for 45 years. He was working for. He started to roll cigar when he was 9 years old. So you have an idea. And he was one of the most famous rollers in the country because his quality. He used to make just 200 cigars a day, and and like he was very famous in the hometown, in our hometown, even in the country. Like he never have a reinject cigar. He never rolled a bad cigar in his life. One day he rolled one bad cigar. And it was because the mold that he used to have like a defect, and he used to correct the bunch on that channel of the mold every time. One day he forget about it, and he have one reinjected cigar in his whole life. So he got popular because that then he started to work like with bigger company. One of the most recognized company that he worked before was Davidoff. He was like when they found Davidoff company with the Calder family. He started to work with them right when they opened the company. One of the first blend uh, ever created for Davidoff in the Dominican Republic was one of my dad blends back in the 80s when Davidoff moved the production from Cuba to Dominican Republic. And and my dad was in charge of the Davidoff factory. He was the general manager for Davidoff factory, production manager, quality control. He also was like a kind of the right hand for Senor Davidoff. He was traveling when they started the company back in the days. He was traveling all around the world, all around Europe, doing like rolling events, show events, promoting the company, the brand, and that's the bigger background from my dad. He spent over 20 years there in that company. Then he started his own company with a partner, and that was in 2003. And then in 2007, we started the company together. That is a family business, just family there, just the family there. So that's when I started in 2007. We started a boutique company. It was more to work, under my dad concept. With his experience, what he think can be the best. He just want to have like not not more than 20 rollers in the factory and to create unique stuff. We've been hunting tobacco since 2006. Hunting rare tobacco, different variety of tobacco, and we specialize our factory to create just boutique cigar. Um, I would say like a more into a gourmet, style of blending cigar, and this is my background. Me myself, I started to smoke cigars like I not even remember. Um, my passion for cigar started like when I was a kid. My dad used to in my house every Sunday morning. It was like a reunion of all my friends, all my dad friends, master blender, uh, tobacco growers, supervisors, and they were talking about tobacco on the front porch every Sunday. Try the new blend, try the new tobacco crop, and they were so excited about everything that they were talking. I was like so curious, just listening at the conversation. I've been around old guys all the time, and I've been very passionate, about everything that they talk about tobacco, the new crop, the new blend, the new fermentation process that they've been implementing in the tobacco, and that's how I started my passion, my curiosity for tobacco. So like by that time, me and my brother, we both were like around my dad, listening to those conversations. And every time that we were in the house by ourselves, we were stealing cigar from my dad humidor
That's
and
great.
sharing one cigar like between us, and that's how everything started.
It's funny you mentioned that story because I was just talking with my staff members today, and I share this with a lot of young members of our team. I share this with my kids, right? Um, I was a really odd soul. So when I moved here at 26, the average age of my group of friends that I was hanging out with, when I say average, it's probably average, was close to probably about 48 to 52 years old. And these are all people I met moving here through the cigar shops, extremely successful, some retired and whatnot. And you're talking about listening to your dad and all these guys talking about tobacco. You know, who you hang out with and who you expose yourself with in life is a big conduit to how what you could learn and what you could end up achieving in the world. I tell our young, team members of our team, if you're hanging out with miscreants every day who aren't going anywhere, zero ambition in life, what are you going to learn from them at the end of the day? You're not going to learn a whole bunch of useful life lessons from people like that. But when you were talking that story, it reminded me because I literally was just having this conversation one day. Because if you surround yourself by knowledgeable people,
Yep.
wise people, you'll absorb that and you'll grow on it. So yeah, it was very funny.
I mean, like the youngest person that I hang out with is like 37,
Yeah.
38, and they successful people in their business already. So
Henderson, can I ask you? Can you move the mic a little bit closer to your mouth? The headset.
okay, right here,
That's better.
better.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
better.
All
way
right.
Oh,
way better.
So like the youngest people that I hang out is like 37, is already very successful in his business, and all my friends are my dad friends. And I call them like uncle, this uncle that. Like here in the Dominican Republic, we like when we meet up with some of our family, we give the bless like bless Uncle Leo, bless Uncle Javier, whatever, you know. And that's how I treat all my friends, my dad friends, and like giving a respect. Those are people that have different businesses. Most of them they're in the tobacco business, and this is the people that I hang out with. There's people. Some of my friends, they have 67 years old, and they've been growing tobacco for over 40 years. And
so
this is the people that I hang out with all the time.
the cigars that you were making and releasing in Switzerland, at what point did you decide to enter the U.S. market? What drove that decision?
I mean, since the beginning, the goal was to get into the United States market. The thing is, we have a small factory. By that time, we have like a smaller factory. Um, I was like 26 years old.
Okay.
Didn't have that much money, and I knew that. But by that time, by 26 years old, I've been working with a lot of boutique companies that were developing in my company. I've been helping a lot of people to develop their brand also, and I understand the behavior of the market and the behavior of how it is to introduce a new brand into the United States. And for me to be a successful brand and to have a successful company, I want to be ready for it. So I wasn't ready to do the investment to get into the United States market. I didn't have the inventory, capacity to, in case that I have like a big, launch into the States and I have a successful year, to can supply the demand. So it was like, let me start like in a smaller country and to create some hype in some smaller country that I can handle it. And they can also give a shot to a new company that have like some cigars that have some higher prices that is not competing on the 8, 7, $10. And I was like, this is Switzerland, Dominican Republic. I can make 20,000 cigars a year, and that can be enough. So I can test, the market. I can, if I have to do some change, it's not a big change. It's 20,000 cigar, and it was like exactly like that. We started in Switzerland. Cigar were retail there like between $12 to $15 the first line because I want to compete with the premium. No limitation on price to do, and no limitation on the creativity of the product like packaging blends. I want to start with all the best. So Switzerland is in a small market. Like the first year and a half, we hit like the limit already. Like we're around 40 store in there, and Dominican Republic with the same. Like we hit all the best store with around 10, 15 store here. Um, First year, I have to change the packaging. I have to change the logo of the company. I
Why?
just have some trademark issue.
Trademark issue.
Yeah.
Always,
So
right? That's
always,
always an issue.
always. And then that was the first line, the Explorer. We changed the packaging, and I think it was a better change. I think the logo looks better, uh, and we do some improvement on it. Then we released the Navigator second year. Then we opened like a Germany as the second market or third market, and then we released the Conqueror the third year. That is the black, and we open like a Czech Republic and Holland and Sweden. and we started in 2016. 2019, I was like, I'm ready. I have enough inventory of boxes, enough inventory of cigar. I understand a little bit how it works, the distribution and the logistics on the distribution, because I have a long experience, but on the manufacturing side and creation of brand, but not the logistics of distribution. So I feel like I have a little more experience. I have the setup with the distribution in the United States already, importation, all that. So in 2019, we started United States. We have a portfolio of 3 different blends already, 3 different lines, and I think it was the perfect setup to start. And that's where we started, right in the trade show IPCPR 2019.
Now, speaking of packaging, you have some pretty elaborate boxes for your packaging. Is that all you? Is that your design? What's your inspiration for the packaging?
So the inspiration is it have a lot of attachment. Like for example, my partner in Swiss is it's pretty much all his idea, all the packaging and the story and the concept, but it's also something that match us. He's from the old continent. I'm from the new continent, from the Caribbean. Uh, this is how, and the story of the company is how everything started with the cigar industry. When the Europeans went exploring to the new continent, and then navigate, and they got into the Caribbean, into the Dominican Republic, and they find out gold, they find out tobacco, and different goods there. And this is when the tobacco industry started to develop, doing those trades of goods. And they find out that the Indians people, the local people that were smoking tobacco here, um, and they started to trade that into the European continent. So this is like at the roots of the cigar industry, how everything started with the tobacco in the war. So um, then they conquer the land, and then after they conquer, they bring back a gift to the royal family, and that was tobacco and gold. And for example, our line telling a story, each line telling a story, and it's exploring, navigating, conquer, and now the royal return. The royal family financed the trip to those people to go to the new continent, and now the pirates and all those people bring back something, the treasure back to the royal family. And the last line that we released is called the Royal Return, the Queen's Pearl, that is a gift to the Queen, and the King's Gold, that is a gift to the King. So this is the concept, but that's the concept that is between me and my partner that being developed all the story behind that. It's not just a cigar; it's also tell a message, and story.
I like it. Very creative.
Yeah, it's cool. You can see it in the box designs too. Um, Henderson, I read something somewhere in an interview with you that you said you don't have a single family member who's not in the cigar industry. Is that true?
Yeah, I don't have a single member that is not in the cigar industry.
Now that's
All my
that's pretty
own,
unique.
yeah, all my uncles, all my aunts, my grandfather, they been involved with tobacco, and every single member of the family they smoke tobacco also.
Do they all work for you and your dad, or not necessarily? Do they work elsewhere?
Not all of them, but so you have an idea. Every single department that we have in the company is run by a member of the family. So like we care about what we do, and we care about the quality of the product. We care about the process, and we make sure that a member of the family is taking care of those details. Because when you have a family business, I think nothing care more than the blood, to the things get done right. And we have our philosophy about a premium cigar, and we want that philosophy to be translated to every single people that work in the company. So um, this is how we run here.
And that was purposeful, right? You put people that you trust in charge
Yeah,
of all the different divisions.
people that we trust, people that have experience, people that understand the concept also.
Right.
So it's like is for us is like the guy that is in charge of the production is not like another person that you employ and they trying to uh trying to get the job done and work from 6 to 4, and they want to get back home. Is someone that is taking care of that, 100%. So
And I mean, obviously the factory doesn't just make your cigars. You've made cigars for other brands out there. Can you talk about some of those brands?
some of those, I mean, I will say our company is the Dominican boutique factory. That's how I will call it. I will say some of the most recognized boutique cigars coming out of the Dominican Republic coming out of my factory. Like Cowell Cigar, Room
Okay.
101, La Barba, J London, uh, and we're working some of the new brands that we've been coming out of my factory, but also ADVentura. Um, I would say from the Dominican Republic, you'd have many boutique brands coming out, like that become relevant in the United States market.
What's it like when you get to work with the crazies, Matt Booth and Robert Caldwell? They're
I
regulars on the show here. We love them.
I will say they a little bit older than me, but this is I feel like very identified because we come like for a similar generation in the cigar industry. We all
Mhm.
come from that boutique movement, and we understand what is creativity, innovation on the cigar market, and also another style of blending than cigars. That is not what the old school is used to. So it's a little bit crazy. They all different character. Matt Booth is like I feel like Matt Booth is acting in a show 100% in his life. He's always acting,
He's
he's
always
a big
on. Yeah.
character. Yeah. Robert is a business guy that that he has like he don't give a fuck about anything, but he take care about every detail. He love art, he love tobacco, and he trying to uh, you know combine both of those things all the time. Uh, and he's wholesome, and I love that. Those are people that I've been learning a lot through the years. I've been seeing Matt Booth since 2009, 2010, around there when all that boutique movement started, like Room 101, Illusione, Tatuaje, all that. So I was maybe like 21 years old and I was looking at this guy appearance on the social media and magazines and all of that. And I have the opportunity to work with him today and make some of his cigars and create some excited,
Speaking
product.
speaking of Matt Booth, I'm gonna drop a little Easter egg real quick. Paul,
You tell me when. You tell me when. You want
That
me to
was your
drop it?
cue. That was your cue, Paul.
that's a cue, Paul. Boom. That's it. You can take it off the screen.
What is that?
That's a little. That's what we like to call an Easter egg. See if people will get it. That's a project that Matt Booth and I were been started probably talking about 6 years ago.
I was going to say, how old's that? That's
6 years ago.
Huh.
That is in the Horizon Live. So, out of your lines, Henderson, which is the one that you smoke the most? Your most go-to line is it Queen's Pearl, the Conqueror, King's Gold, Navigator. Which one? Which is your profile that you smoke the most often?
Most the Conqueror and the King's Gold are two cigars that I blended based on my flavor profile, what I like. Um, and here and there I smoke a lot of the Queen Spur. It's not my style. Is a blend. I'm not a Connecticut guy. That's a cigar that I did that blend because I think there's a big market for Connecticut. And I have some of my good clients that asked me for a Connecticut. I was like, let me do something with. So when I was blending the Connecticut, it was like, okay, I'm gonna blend a Connecticut cigar, but it should be something that I can enjoy. So it should be a cigar with character, with complexity, well balanced. Uh, it should offer something extra. And then I blend that cigar and age the cigar. Now the cigar is out, and I light one of those cigars once in a while and being like, man, psst, let me get another one. That's a super good cigar. And I've been smoking some Connecticut's here and there. So, but King's Gold, much of the time, that's a cigar that I did like, I'm using Connecticut broadleaf wrapper. It's one of my favorite tobacco to work with, and I want to, when I did that blend, I tried to highlight the flavor of the broadleaf. So every single component that I using on that blend is like to complement the flavor of the broadleaf, binder, filler, uh, the level of the strength, the level of the intensity of the flavor in your mouth, the complexity of that cigar, the notes, you know. This is, I think, represent like my personality and also everything that I like in a cigar.
Paul's getting attacked.
I'm sorry. My dog hears the sounds of text messages and she freaks out. She's going insane right now.
Is that the one that's on medication?
Yeah. And actually, I didn't give her pill last night, so
There you
maybe
go. See?
maybe she's getting a little bit crazy. Get down. Sorry.
Maybe she likes cigar.
There you go.
She's
So-
been to smoking a couple times. She actually likes it there.
So before we go to the break, just for our listeners who may not be too familiar with the brand, and don't give me a master tobacconist dissertation, but why don't you break down the profiles of your lines real quick for people who may be unfamiliar with your brand?
Profile, explore. I will say it's deep and unique. It's woody, leathery. It's like a smoky leather wood. That's how I call it. I'm gonna give a bigger explanation later. Then the Navigator, smooth and sophisticated, medium body. Conqueror, woody, earthy, spice, medium to full body. Um, the Queen Spur, smooth, I would say complex and super creamy with nice spice, medium body also. And King's Gold is rich, dark coffee, dark chocolate, cinnamon spice, medium to full body, more into the full body. So this is pretty much a flavor profile in my portfolio.
I'm going to say well done because I was afraid of asking that question. See, you asked Steve Saka a question like that, we would have been here for about 4 days. So, well
I mean,
done.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
It's can be something similar with me, but you asked me for a short explanation.
I appreciate you hearing that part and doing it. That could have went on for a while. It could have went on for a while. So we're going to take a short break. We got a lot going up in hour number 2 of KMA Radio. We're going to have more with Henderson Ventura of ADV Cigars. We have our As the Record Spin segment with Avo. We have a question specifically for you by a good friend, Eddie Guerra, over at Avo Cigars. Our good friend Coop will be joining us in hour 2 to see what's going on with Coop this week. And of course, Tale of the Tape Season 3, best mafia movies of all time. If you didn't catch last week's show with Vincent Pastore making us all sing, you missed one hell of an episode last week. If you didn't see Big Pussy taking control of KMA Talk Radio, Big Pussy from The Sopranos, and making us all sing. And it's funny, who
Clips
texted
on
me?
KMA.
Oh, yeah, who texted me the
I found the song.
song? It was like, yeah, that was never happening. If that's what he was trying to get us to do, Never.
Not a
never.
chance.
Sounded nothing like that.
You know what? If you should compile the video of them doing it and then us doing it like right after each other, like going back and forth. How it should be, us doing it wrong. How it should be, us doing it wrong. All right, but don't go anywhere. We got more in hour number 2 with KMA Talk Radio. Back in a bit. Keep it lit.
Surgeon General warning. Cigar smoking can cause lung cancer and heart disease. Currently available at your favorite cigar store, the Romeo y Julieta Reserva Real Nicaragua is another fantastic collaboration between AJ Fernandez and Rafael Nadal. Landing a #1 cigar of the year of 2020 by Cigar and Spirits magazine, the Reserva Real Nicaragua is handcrafted at Tabacalera AJ Fernandez. This Nicaraguan Puro is a medium to full-body cigar that is packed to the brim with flavor notes of leather, coffee, and red pepper, which pairs nicely with a spiced rum. Available in 4 sizes, Romeo y Julieta returned to prestigious form with the Reserva Real Nicaragua that should be enjoyed by all. Surgeon General warning. Cigar smoking can cause lung cancer and heart disease.
Hey, babe.
Yeah?
I'm almost out of wine and I want to order some online. Where should I order from this time?
KMAWines.com, of course.
KMAWines.com? What's that?
What's that? What's that? Hold on a second. Let me show you. You see, KMA has teamed up with Bonner Fine Wines to offer KMA listeners a fantastic deal on a Malbec 3-wine sampler. You see, here is their famous Malbec grown at an altitude of 8,950 feet. 3 wines from the edge of the world. An old French Malbec variety no longer found in Europe. These 3 wines, 200 years in the making, yours, KMA listeners, for 53% off. Normally $130, but like I said, KMA listeners get 53% off. That makes it $69.99. So what do you think?
I think we should order.
I agree. And done.
Honest Abe here, smoking cigars. It's that time of year again, the Great Smoke. For over a decade and a half, we've been hosting one of the country's biggest cigar bashes, where aficionados from all over the world would trek to South Florida for a 4-day extravaganza. In 2019, we themed our event for the first time, 70s disco, Can You Dig It? And it was one of the biggest events we ever had, and we look forward to the very next one. Unfortunately, the world was hit by a pandemic, and cigar events and functions were being canceled all over the country. Our team was poised with the question, what do? Do we cancel the event? Do we do a half-cocked event and just get by? No. Instead, we put on our thinking caps and put on one of the most epic 7-hour virtual events that was enjoyed by thousands and viewed by tens of thousands of people all over the world. Our event in 2021, the digital experience, forever changed how these types of events will be done. So this year, for the first time in 2022, the Great Smoke, the Last Luau, will be both an in-live and virtual event experience. We had hundreds of people who contacted us early this year telling us how much they enjoyed our virtual event this year, how they had never participated in one of these mega events because they were unable to take time off for work and travel and come down. So this year we're going out of our way so that people can enjoy the event in their own home as they did earlier this year, and also do it in live. Michael Herkotz of Ferio Tego Cigars and Kim Keeney will be returning in 2022 to reprise their roles as co-hosts for the Great Smoke. As we did earlier this year for the first time, we have worked with select manufacturers to make very limited TGS releases. We got Aganor Salif, Espinosa Cigars, Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, Room 101, and ADV Cigars. They will each be making a very limited run of TGS edition cigars, exclusively to ticket holders for the Great Smoke. There will be a series of special virtual events between the end of November and the beginning of February, where all these TGS limited releases will be offered prior to the Great Smoke event. So you will need to get your ticket in advance to be eligible to get into the very special TGS virtual store to participate in these events prior to the Great Smoke date. As always this year, we're going to have a very special dinner hosted by the Red Meat Lovers Club and special guest Steve Saka from Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. This is going to be a last luau feast like you've never seen before, and all attendees will get a very limited RML, it's Red Meat Lover cigar, made by Steve Saka, just for this event. So what do you have to do to participate? Go to thegreatsmoke.com, secure your ticket, which will get you the last luau party back. Now, whether you're virtual or coming live, everyone will get the same epic package. This is the most epic Great Smoke package we've ever made in the history of this event. Almost $450 worth of swag and 40 premium cigars that'll either be delivered to your door or handed to you the day of the event. As always, during the Great Smoke, we'll have mega raffles and prizes, and whether you're at home or there live in person, everyone who gets a ticket is automatically entered. The event dates are February 24th through February 27th, with the main event being February 26th. And whether you're there in person or live watching at home, we're going to have 5 special virtual sessions and interaction with what's going on in the event floor, so you can actually see what people and what things are going on as the event is happening. Tickets go on sale this Friday, November 12th, noon Eastern Standard Time. I urge everyone out there to get their tickets early. They'll let you participate in all the pre-virtual events we're going to have with the manufacturers who made limited releases, and it'll secure your ticket, because our feeling this will be the most epic year ever as far as ticket sales and how fast they'll go. To get your tickets and for more information, go to www.thegreatsmoke.com. The last luau, baby, because this will be the last luau you'll ever need to go to. Peace!
It's like a smile. Smile like my favorite.
Make work your favorite. That's your favorite, okay?
Okay.
Work is your new favorite.
Fine.
Time for an announcement. Okay, people, tomorrow morning, Santa's on the town.
Oh my God!
Whoa, I thought we're gonna just keep pounding that advent calendar commercial until they show up, I guess.
We have hope. We have dreams. We have something.
I have hope that it's going to come in.
We'll see. Anyways, we missed. We have a special slider that got added to the website after we had made that TGS video. And it was a special announcement that came after we did a lot of planning. Why don't you slap it up there, Paul? Look at that. Paul KMA talk radio personality will be an official Great Smoke 2022 co-host of the event.
Honored to be in such company. It's seriously, it's intimidating, but I'm excited, man. It's going to be a fun event, as it always is. But this one's, and that will not be my Hawaiian shirt. I have a much more elaborate Hawaiian shirt. I didn't want to give it away.
Paul's whole life is in boxes right now, so yeah, he couldn't find it.
that was the closest I could get.
It took him 2 days to give me that simple photo. That's why he didn't make the video. But let me tell you something. We really, before we allowed him to be the co-host, we literally said, no baby showers, no bridal showers, no
Disney trips,
no birthdays, no weddings, no Disney. You better clear your calendar now.
I actually think my wife is going to take the kids on a little vacation for that weekend, because it is a whole weekend event. You know, like I love going to the dinner. The dinner is probably the most fun for me, because it's just fun to just sit down, eat great food, and talk to all these different people. I mean, last time we were sitting with Giuliani and I think was Pete was there. Pete Johnson was there. So we were all just chatting it up, having a great time, man.
No, it's going to be a good time this year. It's going to be a good time this year. All right, did our guest leave, or is he still with us?
No, he's with us.
There he
I was
is.
gonna, give him the full announcement.
The man of the hour. Look at him. And this is going to be your first great smoke ever. And what a way to come in with a limited edition great smoke release. That's coming in strong. Henderson.
It's coming in strong.
Have you done any multi-vendor mega cigar events yet? Is this going to be your first one?
Not really, first one. I did a multi-vendor about like 2 years ago, but it wasn't a small one. Nothing too serious.
Guys like him are my favorite to get involved in this event. I love
because he has no idea.
No idea.
I have zero idea.
No idea. You better come with a team of people. And when I say a team, I'm not talking about Ronnie Haysha either.
Yeah, because he ain't gonna work.
Yeah, you could leave him in Detroit.
I have my team. I will check if I can bring my partner to come and join.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
that would be great.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
That's cool. Yeah, my wife's a sommelier as well, and I think a lot of people, we talk about it on the show a lot, but a lot of the flavor profiles and things that you talk about with cigars go hand in hand with wine as well.
I don't know
that palate.
But his partner Marcel is a sommelier, and how?
We did.
Okay, does that come into play in making some of the cigars? Does he get involved with that? Does his sommelier expertise get put to use?
I will say we don't take that as a point to create a blend. But when we have a blend done, we think about what drink can complement that cigar, So is most of the time most of the time you don't smoke a cigar by yourself unless that you're working, or you have a cup of coffee, or maybe when people get back home, or after work, that's the time that they have a cigar, most of the time. So normally you complement a cigar with a drink, or a glass of wine, or whiskey, or rum, or bourbon, whatever. It's a relaxing thing. Cigar is a relaxing thing. So you complement that with a drink, to get more relaxed. And and you're also looking like what can complement that cigar, or what can complement that drink, or what is going well, with some cigars. I will say, wine, coffee is a perfect drink for a complement any cigar. But then you have wine for people that maybe are learning to smoke cigars is great also, because always have some sweetness and fruity notes, that can slow down the spiciness and the bitterness on the cigar, so they can have a better experience. But then like a more experienced people can go, to do other things like scotch, different kind of wines, bourbon, rum, whiskey, cognac, to complement their cigar. I always recommend, like, people that are learning to smoke cigars to drink anything, to drink something with their cigar. Normally wine, because it gives you more sweetness, more creaminess. It's more acid, it creates more creamy experience in your mouth, so you don't feel like that heavy taste of the aftertaste of the cigar when you're smoking it. Or maybe you don't feel that like the next day after you brush your teeth, like you're feeling that a strong taste of tobacco. We don't feel that anymore because we smoke cigar every day. But someone that never have a cigar in their life, next day they're gonna feel the tobacco, and the smoke in their mouth. So I always recommend, like, if you're gonna have a cigar for first time, do it in your house, have a glass of wine, If you feel dizzy, go to bed and have a good sleep. That's it, But drink something with. People that doesn't drink alcohol, I say have a Coca-Cola or wherever, So
Root
clear
beer.
your palate.
Root beer.
Or
Dope.
Paul,
beer.
Yeah, root beer.
Paul, that looks like it's a question for you, Paul.
Paul, it's teed up for
I mean,
you.
listen, I almost always drink either wine or bourbon when I'm smoking a cigar, and I like more medium to full-bodied cigars as well. Like I'll go to like the Sin Compromiso from Saka, a cigar like that type of more full-bodied. And I think, listen, this is just my personal preference. I don't know if this is the right thing to do or not, but I prefer full-bodied wines anyway. So I tend to go towards like a Chianti, something with Sangiovese grape or old world type stuff that
Paul, are you kidding me
sommeliers would
right now,
describe it.
Paul? Are you kidding me right now?
Sommeliers
this
would
was
describe it.
Paul. This was the tee up, Paul. I mean, are you kidding me right now? I mean, are you kidding right now?
What is it? What is the tee up?
You still don't get it.
No, I don't. Is that you?
He's just saying that if you were going to recommend one, you might have recommended one from Bonner Wine.
A Malbec from 18.
He's just saying. Unless you feel none of those pair.
There goes
one
that
of them. No, they have to be more full bodied. They have to be more full bodied than that.
Way to pair up with them for KMA Radio.
No. It needs to be more full bodied. So the Argentinian Malbec, like the Sunal, is okay. The other two,
I'm going to take this over.
Not taste them.
Hi, I'm Alex. I don't drink. I haven't had a drink in 12 years. But if I did drink, I would drink Bonner Wines, which you can get available at kmawines.com.
Something that I recommend, man, Abe and the whole team. Like when you try to pair a drink with a cigar, the drink never can overpower the intensity of the flavor of the cigar, because it should be a complement. And that should be like it's not. It doesn't have to be similar, It's like if you missing sweetness in the cigar and you want to add some sweetness, or the cigar is too spicy, or it's too citric, and you want to balance out the cigar, the flavor and the aftertaste of the cigar. That's what you're looking for most of the time. But
okay, so you're looking to contrast
if
the flavor.
if you're looking to enjoy the cigar and to taste the cigar and have the real flavor of the cigar, you never can have a drink that overpower the flavor of the cigar. For me, perfect drinks that to enjoy a cigar are sparkling drinks. Why? Because the sparkling clean your palate all the time.
Topo Chico.
Topo.
Or wine or whatever, but sparkling. Clean your palate all the time, but never gonna overpower the flavor of the cigar.
I'm gonna tell you something. I've never been like a bourbon, whiskey, rye kind of guy. Maybe rum and tequila has kind of been my drink of choice. And I've had whiskeys. I just never really got into them. And I don't know what happened. I really think it was the PCA show this year.
You don't look like a guy that drink alcohol.
I'm not. Listen to me. I'm historically. I don't think if Alex has ever seen it. I don't even think if Paul's ever seen it.
What?
It doesn't happen as much now in my age. But I'm a historically. When I say historically, I am a world record famous drunk. I am a great drunk.
No, you are a great drunk. We've had a few virtual events where you were bloodied married out of your mind, which was a great time.
I am the when I get drunk, everybody's got to be happy.
Honestly, and for a guy who's so intense, like working day to day, Abe is a great drunk. He's the happiest drunk I know.
I am the best drunk at a party. I mean, some people go south. Like they drink and they just go south. The worst side of it comes out. Every bitter, rough side of me disappears. I just become the happy-go-lucky, loving. But my problem is that I won't drink alone. I will make you all drink. We're all doing shots.
And try to keep you heads up with him, and nobody can keep up with him.
I mean, yeah, you'll be at the point like, no, I can't do it. Yeah, you can. Come on. And yeah, I'm a historically great drunk. It does not happen often because I'm not a real heavy drinker. But the trade show this year, which my wife really enjoyed because she didn't go for a long stretch of time because she was like pregnant for 6 years straight. And then the kids were around, and then I didn't go for a few years. So this was a really, really good trade show for her. And Nish Patel had a Macallan 18 bottle hidden, or he actually had probably a case, a couple of them hidden. And every day we would end up hanging out at their booth because it was right by the door. We would just hang out there, even like maybe 30, 45 minutes after the show closed. And he started feeding her this, and she fell in love with it. She started buying bottles and bringing them home, or making me bring some home. And she's got me into it. And I'm actually like, the other night out of the blue, I'm like, what do I want to drink? What do I drink? And I saw the bottle there, and I just, yep, that's it. And I poured some, and I'm becoming a little bit of a whiskey drinker in my old age.
And it's funny that you start with that. There's no, you can't go down from Macallan 18, man. You're really, it's great stuff, but
well, we get to 12.
Started at the top.
Macallan's like there's shortages, man. You can't, it's not readily available. So
hey, can I take 1 second? I just want to take 1 second. I just want to say that our good friend, the good doctor, Lee Cohen, local guy we all love, who's currently here in Boynton, just came in the back and mooned me while on air to try to distract me. Okay. Just want to throw that out there. Out there. Thanks, Doc.
That is amazing.
There you go. Actually, he's got a pretty good. We got to do our Halloween socialite contest.
He's got a great entry.
He has an entry. We're going to do that, I think, Monday, hopefully. Had a lot of things going on with the warehouse and great smoke, but I think things are on a roll now. Now we have a very special segment, Henderson, called As the Record Spins. It's by Avo Cigars. Our good friend Eddie Guerra every week poses a special question for our guest, and we have one for you today.
Yeah.
All right, Eddie, here's our question for you from Eddie Guerra from Avo Cigars as the Record Spins segment. Outside of the cigar industry, so not including the cigar industry, is there a brand or a company that you take inspiration from?
Outside?
Yes, I mean, not within our industry, but is there a certain company you watch them and you get inspiration from? You like how they do business, either their marketing or service or production. Is there a company? Listen, I don't say Eddie writes the best questions every week, but it is what it is. That was your turn. But is there a company? Is there a brand, Nike, something that you take inspiration from?
I will say not brands. I'm not a guy that are following brands. I will say like entrepreneurs that I take as inspiration from, but not really like about a brand.
Anybody we may know?
Yeah.
Are you like a Warren Buffett fan, or who is there somebody?
I mean, since like when I was a kid, I like to read book all the time. So one of the first guy was like John F. Rockefeller. Right now, from our time, I will say Elon Musk.
I knew he was going to say Elon. I just knew it for some reason. You got to go with Elon. You got to love him.
Eli, I will say, is the brightest entrepreneurs of our time. So, the innovation, like people that come from nothing and they do something great. They have no fear to invest every single penny that they have. They go away. They go against the system. And I will feel like a little bit identified with that, to go against the system, to go against the old school, to create something new, to, no fear, to create an innovation. So,
good answer.
Yeah,
this is something that I feel
and that's a brand.
with.
He's a brand in his own, aside from Tesla and what is it, SpaceX, and he's a brand. He's created a storyline for himself. I mean, it's his life, but
yeah, you got to like a guy who just doesn't care about the rules. He doesn't act like a billionaire is supposed to act like.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like he's not Joe showman. He don't care. He's a guy that's used to sleep in the factory. that care about the process of everything that he does, you know, and he's involved with everything that he does. It's not just that he's paying someone that know about something, you know, and is creating something for him. He get
Right.
involved. So
Sounds like
that's
somebody I
my
know.
huh?
It sounds like somebody I know. I spent a few days sleeping in this chair. So
So
listen, before we bring Coupon, right? And we don't want to say too much, but I will say this: this was a collaboration that I started with somebody else during COVID that did not evolve the way we had planned, and ended up falling into becoming a TGS release. And this is Alex and I are still smoking. It's fabulous. This is the purple ADV. Can you tell us a little bit about this this blend that you made for the Great Smoke? Well, it wasn't originally for the Great Smoke, but it ended up being for the Great Smoke.
so that blend is one of my sister blend that I have. I will say is the most sophisticated blend that we have in the whole portfolio. By
Wow.
this on twist on the blend. So wrapper is a San Andres from Mexico, um, and the binder is a broadleaf Connecticut broadleaf binder. So we were trying to work on that combination of those two tobacco. Um, the earthiness, the sweetness for both tobacco, uh, but the bold flavor of the broadleaf, and the creaminess and the sweetness from the broadleaf to also overpower a little bit the dryness from the San Andres. Uh, is like a challenging blending style. You can have some complexity on that cigar and some change through the smoke that can create a different experience. Every time that I create a blend is I'm trying to create a new flavor profile that doesn't taste like another cigar. For me, it doesn't make sense to make a cigar that tastes like another cigar in the market. So that's what we're looking for, to create something unique. We're using Corojo on the filler, Criollo 98 that we do some special process to, and also like one of the filler that we have in the factory is very unique that we call it Puntiao. Is a tobacco that we harvest for wrapper. But all the top from the Corona, like all the top leaf from the Corona that we cannot use as binder or wrapper, we process that as a filler, and we do a special treatment in the factory. Um, but it's a very deep and intense flavor profile, so we use like a little bit, like a 10% of that filler on the blend. Um, so it's unique. We're using tobacco for 5 different countries on that blend, so it's to make that cigar like a more sophisticated. It's not too intense, but you have like a lot of things going on in that
A
blend.
lot of
So
things going on in this
yeah,
cigar. It
so
really is.
it's like if you pay attention to that cigar when you're smoking it, you can tell like yeah, the complexity, the stimulation of all the smoke all around your mouth. Uh, and all the like a very soft and smooth flavor that hits your palate, is a lot of going on that cigar.
Man, I'm missing out.
It really is, and I love.
I got to get into the office.
I love.
There ain't many left, Paul.
I love
The purple foil is cool, man.
I
I
love
like
it.
that.
I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
All the color
we're running
we
on
use-
short supply.
I
we
think there's
use
only
like
about four. I think there's only about 4 left, maybe.
Oh no.
and the
How quickly can I get
cigar,
over there?
that cigar is aged for a year already
Yeah,
Wow.
this is a
Yeah.
project we
Yep.
started like literally during COVID.
during
And
COVID.
then delays happen, things happen, and then there was supposed to be a 2-part to the project. The other part never came through, and then these cigars were made and sitting there. So we just came up with this is what we're going to do with them, and I think people are going to fall in love with this cigar.
I mean, we age tobacco for between 3 and 5 years, and plus another year of age. That's ADVentura also. We age all the cigar that we have between 6 months to a year. So um, there's only one cigar that I don't age for that long. That is the King's Gold, and because I like how that cigar tastes when it's fresh. So that cigar, I just aged that cigar for 2 months. That's it.
Wow.
before I pack that cigar and ship it to the warehouse.
Vince wants dibs. Like they'll still be here by the time you get here. That being
okay,
said,
Vince. You're gonna have to fight the goat for that.
Before I don't know if we have something around the bottom of the screen, but before
Yes, we do.
Coupon, anybody watching the show, we have a code if you want to try any of Henderson Ventura cigars, ADV cigars, ADV 15. It's good today and tomorrow. ADV 15, save 15% on any of the lines from ADV cigars, which are all on the Smokin website, www.smokin.com. Very easy to remember, ADV 15. That being said, did you want to say something, or is that what you want to bring up? Okay. That being said, let's see what is going on with Coop.
Oh crap!
Come on.
Hey, yo, what's my theme music?
The Scoop with Coop. Breaking industry news. Hear it first on KMA Talk Radio and cigar-coop.com.
You know, I try to stall a little bit.
Even I gave it was just accidental stall. There's plenty of stalls.
I drag things out.
That being said,
doesn't hit the cue.
At least he actually had Coop on it. It's not.
What's that, Coop? What's up, Woody?
Hey, Henderson, how's it going, man?
Oh, good.
Yeah, good to have you on today.
Hanging out with those guys here.
He knows that the second we start saying, come on, he gets it right in. So we get cut off cussing him out. Coop, outside of hacking the internet this week, what do you got going on?
It was a very busy week, actually, in the world of cigars. So there's actually been several new releases that came out this week. So we'll start off first. If you're an Oliva Melanio fan, and if you're a fan of the nub size, you're going to get the best of both worlds, because Oliva is releasing a Series V Melanio in a 4x60 box press, which is that nub size they make. It's going to be a limited edition, available with 8,000 boxes coming out. And actually, if you listen to our primetime show, we have Corey Bappert on. He talked about this cigar on the show a few weeks ago. So if you're an Oliva and nub fan, you may want to check out this cigar coming out.
They got another big release coming out too, don't they?
I mean, they just released it. They released their advent calendars. They have
like 100. They got like a really high.
Oh yeah, the 135.
Yeah. Is it like $30 a cigar or something? I can't remember.
It's in the 20s. It's not cheap, but it is a unique figurado. It's kind of tapered on the foot and more rounded by the cap, is what it is. Oliva's been much more active this year than we've seen probably about 8 or 9 years. There's a lot going on this year with them.
It's them bottom line, man. Big corporate bottom line got to be made.
Yep.
What else you got going on?
If you're a Crown Heads fan and you're a fan of the Mill DS line, there is a new limited edition coming out in that line called the Magicos, which is going to be in a form of a 4.5 by 50 short Robusto. So the Mill DS is the project that Crown Heads is collaborating with Ace Prime on, and it's been one of their more popular lines that they've released over the last year. This is the third limited edition they've done in this size. So if you're a fan of Mil Diaz and you like the short Robusto, you'll want to check that out.
Their PCA edition cigar hasn't hit the shelves yet, right?
It hasn't hit the shelves yet.
There's so many of those PCA cigars that were talked about and shown at the show, and then no one's. I mean, it's like they just weren't ready.
They weren't. Well, they weren't ready, and they weren't even at the show. I don't think they were even ready to be displayed with a lot of these companies.
Yeah.
It was put. I mean, they put that together very fast. But yeah, I know Aroa's PCA cigars hit the shelves over the last week.
No.
Yeah.
We didn't get ours. I gotta find out.
Or it's starting to. It's starting to. What I'm saying. I did get a notification from maybe another retailer, so you may want to check that out.
I'm texting somebody right now.
Yeah. Keep going. Actually, so this is, I think, I talked about a couple of line extensions, but this is a whole new line coming out. And I think this is, if you're like a cigar geek or a cigar fan, this is something that's really cool you're going to want to see. Aganorsa announced a new extension of the Guardian of the Farm called Cerberus. Now, Cerberus is basically a three-headed hound that used to guard Hades in Greek mythology.
Is that Cerberus or Cerberus?
Cerberus. I'm
Yeah,
a Greek guy.
Yeah, okay, Cerberus. So I knew I said that wrong. But here's what's really cool about this cigar. It's going to showcase a new hybrid Corojo wrapper that Aganorsa has been working on, or a newer one for them. It's Corojo 2012. So they have not released anything under the Aganorsa line with the Corojo 2012. HVC has done one. So this is kind of something that's really cool. Aganorsa tends to do a major announcement early in the year, and this one's going to hit in early 2022. It will be available in 3 sizes. And there'll also be a soft launch if you're a member of Cigar.com's Elite Advantage program in the form of referral.
I like that art.
Yeah,
it is cool branding, man.
I tell you what, all I see now is like a battle royale of Cerberus versus Variotego now.
Right.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. But Abe, you and I have talked a lot about what Terrence did at Casada, and now he's kind of doing it all again at Aganorsa Leaf, and you're seeing some of the things he's coming out with, and some of the the marketing he's doing with some of the blends they have, and I think this is, you're really starting to see it now.
Kudos on Aganorsa, and and look, Manny's one of my favorite guys in this industry, but man, just talk about how that company has just disappeared as far as relevancy anymore. It's really sad.
Yeah, they've had a tough time in the last couple of years. I mean, they had some very good releases this year. I'll say that.
Coop, they've always made good sticks. It's just they just don't know how to get it out there in the consumer's hands. No one's talking about their brands. It's really something, because Terrence had done a lot of really good work while he was over there.
He did. Terrence did work over there. It was good.
What else you got going on?
So Drew Estate announced a new cigar. They announced what their mystery cigar was, that Freestyle Live cigar. And it kind of, I think, fooled a lot of people. It turned out it's a new extension of the FSG brand. It's known as 20 Acre Farm. So it gets the name from the Florida Sun-Grown Tobacco Farm owned by Jeff Forshowitz, which is 20 acres. And this is going to be a blend that's highlighted by a Connecticut wrapper. So it's a Connecticut shade FSG cigar, or a Connecticut shade cigar that contains FSG tobacco grown in Florida. So it's going to be available in 3 sizes: Robusto, Toro, Gordito. So if you bought those Freestyle Live packs, or if you still want to get one, you can probably get one of those ahead of time. But the final packaged versions are scheduled to hit the stores in December. So
do we know an MSRP?
Yes, it's
expensive.
They're going to start at $12.40 for the Robusto, $13.40 for the Toro, and $15.40 for the Gordito.
All right, it's not.
Yeah. It's not cheap. There's some nice packaging, and obviously that Florida tobacco, I'm sure, doesn't come cheap either.
And they're no longer distributing the original FSG line now. That's becoming a Corona only brand, from what I understand.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, their old FSG is not being sold by Drew Estate anymore.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah. That's some news that I did not know.
No mas.
That's how it started out. Actually, that brand originally started out for a year as a Corona, and then it went national.
In fact, not a Corona.
Yep. Wow. Breaking news.
This replaces it, I guess.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. Justin Nelson, I don't know, but you might want to PM the GOAT later. There might be one floating somewhere.
Yeah.
What else you got going on?
One last thing, and this is not product related, but just that's on FYI. President Joe Biden has nominated a new President Joe Biden. He has nominated his selection for FDA commissioner, and it's a guy who has had the job before. His name is Dr. Robert Califf. He served as the FDA commissioner during the last year of President Obama's administration, and so he is now the selection to come back, and is most likely going to be confirmed. So I didn't see the cigar industry like doing handstands like when Scott Gottlieb was nominated, and everyone was like praising him, and this is great. Now, this one you didn't get that reaction at all.
No.
Yeah. And that's what we got this week.
You're
Well, there
missing
you have it.
something.
What was that, Henderson?
He's missing something.
Oh,
What?
you're missing something, Coop. Do you
Yeah.
hear that? You're not doing your job.
What am I missing?
I don't think that cup is all at all updated.
Okay. All right.
What do we got?
This show just got interesting.
We
Yeah.
have ADVentura, the Queen's Pearl, Lancero, limited edition. Only 1,000. They come in 10-pack. Only 1,000 pack made, and that's gonna be a one-time deal.
Ah.
That's it. The Queen's Pearl is one of the most successful blend that we have in the ADVentura portfolio. We got number 3 cigar of the year in Half Wheel last year in 2020. And the Lancero for me is nothing better than Lancero. So we create that blend that has been very successful into a Lancero size. I will say it can be one of the best Connecticut cigar ever made. But you're gonna judge that when you try them.
I've smoked that cigar, and I'm not going to argue with you, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ronnie Haisha for the hookup.
Yeah.
When is
Go ahead.
that? When is that cigar shipping?
Now, right now, this week.
So I wasn't aware of the Lancero size, Henderson. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No.
But
My
I'll say
fault.
this. Okay. No problem at all. But here's what I'll say. The Queen's Pearl is tied for the highest score of the year on Cigar Coop. So
Wow.
that's how good that the Corona size did. That cigar, when you say it's one of the best Connecticut's, it is one of the best Connecticut's in the last few years for sure. And if you haven't gotten your hands on that cigar, it's a special cigar. So, and I'm smoking your Lancero in the Conqueror right now, and I'm not a Lancero lover, and this cigar's fantastic in a Lancero.
I'm a Lancero lover, so I make sure when we do a Lancero, it's limited edition because it's hard to make, and also it's not a cigar for everyone. Not everybody enjoy Lancero. Not everybody appreciate and have the patience to smoke a Lancero cigar. It's a cigar that requires, attention to have the best out of it. For me to smoke a Lancero, it's like for me to roll to smoke a pachuche. Pachuche is when we roll like the tobacco in the factory, like puro, with no press, and you have that experience of because with the open draft, that experience of more intense flavor from the tobacco, and the complexity and the strong taste of the same blend, but in the Lancero, man.
My wife is a Lancero smoker. She actually just commented.
So we have two. We have two Lancero. They both limited. We have the Conqueror. We call it Emperor Edition that come once a year. This one right there that we aged the tobacco for 7 years before we roll the cigar. And then we have the Queen's Pearl Lancero, but it's coming just one time. It's not gonna be like a every year thing. It's gonna be one shot.
Yeah.
So another thing is another news that I didn't share with no one. Yet.
Henderson Ventura is taking over the scoop with Coop.
The scoop
Oh,
with Henderson.
it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, we'll give it. Well, you're hired, man. So.
Thank you.
Okay.
How much you gonna pay for?
Don't worry, we'll send you Paul's salary. He doesn't earn that.
I like it. So another news is this is gonna be the first year that I gonna be working on my own farm. I growing for first time my own tobacco, like from zero, controlling from the seed, the crop, the fermentation, everything.
Oh.
So I feel blessed to have the opportunity to work with one of my inspiration in the tobacco business. I'm gonna keep that unclosed for now. But this guy is a genetic engineer for tobacco. He have more than 200 different varieties of seed that he created himself, and now I have the opportunity to work with him. and I'm gonna be growing my first farm this year. We're gonna be growing. It's gonna be like half of the farm is gonna be like a. I've been doing some experiment like in the past 2 years with the tobacco that we're gonna grow because it's gonna be like some unique variety. Um, but one of them is a seed that is unique. Um, that you have the opportunity to test uh, never. And it's a hybrid of a Dominican seed that is called Olor, mixed with some other stuff. It's a mix of 5 different seed. It's a hybrid of 5 different seeds just in once. But the base of that tobacco is Dominican Olor Dominicano, and it's something very special. So it's a dream for me to be working with this guy, and also it's a dream for me to be growing my first farm. I think that we're gonna change the game with that tobacco, um, and this is my whole goal, to create something unique for the cigar market, to have some different tobacco, to people can experience what the best out of the Dominican Republic. Uh, I know that Dominican Republic has been losing a lot of ground with the other countries that are producing cigar, and I'm the young generation. I feel very compromised to keep Dominican on top, and to create the best out of the Dominican Republic. And and I'm putting all my energy, all my passion to do the best on this, to create the future of the Dominican tobacco with this farm. So um, it's not cocky, it's just a lot of confidence to be working with the best in the game, to be
It's okay.
working with
Paul
people,
wears khakis.
to be working with people that more than 50 years in experience in the tobacco business, and to have that partnership there, and to bring out those kind of tobacco for the boutique movement, I think is something different, and should represent the future of our country as tobacco producers. So that's the last news from the Cooper Show. Thank you very much.
There you go. There you go. That's classic. All right, there you have it. Coop, what do you got going on this week? Anything up and coming you want to tell our listeners about?
We actually on Monday we're doing our primetime jukebox show. And we're actually don't throw stuff at me. It's gonna be our Christmas and holiday episode. And we're doing it early so people have time to download it and listen to it and listen to the playlist we put together. But we'll have our special guest is gonna be Fred Rui on there. So
I gotta love Fred.
My man, my partner in crime.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And then I'll say this early because I want to make sure Abe remembers the date. December 2nd, we're gonna have Abe, Jeff Borshowitz, and Dave Garofalo on the same show.
That's a powerhouse episode there, buddy.
Wow.
Yeah, we're excited about that. So, and thank you for doing that, Abe. We actually waited till after you were done with the warehouse. We had the idea about 3 months ago. We said,
is there a theme or topic, or is this going to be a round table?
I think we're going to do more year in review type things. Is what we're going to focus on. So
cool.
we'll look at it as I think we'll theme it around that stuff. But I have a few general questions we'll throw in there too. But I think mostly we'll focus on 2021.
Two good friends of mine and peers I highly respect. So that's
Yeah.
very fun.
Yeah, I know you've all done each other's shows, but I don't think all three of you have ever gone together.
I've never been on Dave's show.
Okay.
Dave's been on my show, and Jeff's been on my show.
Okay.
And Jeff doesn't have a show, I don't think.
No, Jeff doesn't have a show, so Jeff's kind of guested on. I think on the both.
He's a farmer. He's a farmer. He's not. He's a
farmer. Busy guy, man. I don't know how he keeps it all going, man. So,
yep. All right. So it's that time. All right. It's season 3 of Tail of Tape. If you missed last week, you missed a hell of an episode. All right. Vincent Pistori, Big Pussy from The Sopranos, was our guest for the show, and of course, he has his input on what a mafia movie is as our theme for season 3 Tail of Tape, best mafia movies of all time. And Coop, I know you said that Alex and I were wrong. Coop said it in a comment, but
he did.
When we clarified mafia, not mob, He wasn't too.
Then he came on our side.
The Godfather 3, he was on my side.
He can.
Oh.
Well,
No, he said, I didn't say I liked it. I said I was in it. It was his word.
No, he said it's going. He said you didn't quite understand what it was coming from. That's what.
Oh, I was checking the reflexes.
I went all the way home.
All right, let's check out season 3 of Tale of the Tape.
All right, here we go. Tale of the Tape, season 3. Pick number 6 for me is Once Upon a Time in America. I feel like it kind of falls under the radar a little bit when you think about mafia and mob movies. This isn't a mob movie that's just a movie about the mob. I mean, this is a great story of remorse and betrayal. Wrong picture, Paul. Good job. Stars Robert De Niro as Noodles, who comes back to New York in the 60s and kind of has to face his past as a bootlegger and coming up in the ranks of the mafia and whatnot in the 20s and 30s. And just a really great dramatic story. All the great cast of characters, James Woods, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Danny Aiello. Long movie and dramatic movie. If you're looking for action, it's not for you, but for great drama, that's one to see. Go ahead, Coop. Mute. Oh, rookie move.
I thought I unmuted it. Okay. I must not have. Good pick, Alex. So I'm going with, and I don't think I'm going to get killed this week on this one. Donnie Brasco.
No, I think you're good.
Yeah, Donnie Brasco, starring Al Pacino and Johnny Depp. Al Pacino, again, you got to look at him. He's kind of when it comes to mafia movies, Al Pacino's there. But I actually really like Johnny Depp's performance in this movie. I wasn't a huge Johnny Depp fan. And Johnny Depp is playing the role of Donnie right now, FBI agent who's kind of going in and infiltrating the mob. I just thought it was a really good movie from start to finish. Kept my attention, and I loved how it ended. So, Donnie Brasco.
All right, 2 solid picks this week. I gotta say, I got a feeling Donnie Brasco will be on Alex's list. I'm pretty sure he'll probably be a little bit higher up. But so happy you said Once Upon a Time in America, because if one of you guys didn't do it, I was going to be mad.
Great movie.
And you're right. It's more about the relationships and the people than being your typical.
Yeah, it's a mob movie, but it's not just a movie about the mob.
That's
why. Yeah.
You know what's funny is the original movie was first filmed as 2 3-hour movies. Then it got cut to like 3 hours and 45 minutes, and then it got cut to like 2 and change. It's an extremely long movie.
Yeah.
But one of the things, especially with Donnie Brasco, that was one of the real moments where you see the depth of Johnny Depp. I mean, that guy can do anything. He can really play anything.
Yeah,
100%.
I
Such
agree.
a versatile actor.
So I think we're
No,
safe.
2 solid picks. Oh, I guess I can show the picture now.
Do we have a graphic?
Yeah, the right picture, Paul.
There you go. Once Upon a Time in America almost goes into Coop's.
All right,
All right, good.
Donnie Brasco is definitely up there for me. I think that's
Great movie.
Yeah, classic one.
So we're up to what?
Man,
number? What number was that? 6. So we're halfway. This is the halfway.
We're halfway through.
Halfway point.
Wow.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting 5 segments. Now, just curious, do you guys have any? Have you guys talked about anything for season 4?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe we should maybe open that up to the KMA listeners. Let them throw their weight in and see what topics they come up with.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'll tell you now, I'm not doing NASCAR drivers, so don't ask.
I'm not either.
But yeah, let's see what the comments have to offer. I'm open.
Yeah, maybe we'll make a post like when we get to week 7.
I mean, I was debating, Alex, toying around with Philly icons at some point, Philadelphia icons, but I don't know how that would work.
It's such a niche audience.
I know.
And
How
are you going to find 10?
But here's the thing too. If we go that route, does Rocky Balboa count, even though he's not a real person? I mean, he has
Yeah.
to, right? He's got a statue.
Yeah, you got a statue of him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Do we count fictional characters or not?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Paulie even would be on that
I
list.
think,
Right.
I think if you don't count fictional characters, you might not get to 10.
Everybody's got jokes. Everybody's got jokes. Everybody's got jokes.
Give us
I'll
a
tell you
list.
what, Nick Foles would land on my list.
That's funny.
Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, and Doc Rivers would land on my
All
list.
Googling famous Philadelphia people. I could tell.
You know, it's only the birthplace of American democracy, but that, you know, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, nothing going on in Philadelphia.
All right. Well, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. It's little man's birthday. Well, his birthday was earlier in the week, but
His birthday was earlier this week. Had a little birthday party.
Alex's oldest boy. Is this the first birthday party with friends? Like now that he's in school?
Yeah, it's really kind of his first big birthday party. You know, we've done some. Well, you know, 5 was during lockdowns and whatnot. We didn't do much. You know, when he was 4, we just kind of took a little bit of the crew out for a day of fun when we had Asher and, you know, did a bunch of stuff. But this is his first, like, school friends. And
now, how did your school handle it? Because, like, I think when
I'll tell you how they handled it. You have to invite everybody in the damn class.
That's what. I was just going to ask you.
What? I get.
Yes.
I get. He can't go around, but. Fortunately, we figured pool party. Maybe not everybody will be, you know, maybe not every kid can swim. So we got a decent amount. It's not everybody. Thank God I don't have to feed, 400 people. But
yeah, you have to invite every kid in the class.
Yeah, if you're going to invite people.
Oh yeah.
So if you're
going to have your kid bring like invitations to school, or he's got to invite everybody in the class.
Yeah,
which is fair, bro. I know you don't want to make a poor kid feel bad.
If you do it privately, you can do whatever you want. But
right,
you're sending the invitations to school from the handout or whatever. Yeah, you gotta invite everybody.
Yeah, which is I'm okay with that. I don't want some.
Right, that's how you separate. That's how you separate the winners from the losers. When you don't get
my son is 6. He doesn't know who the winners and the losers are. So
yes, he does. Yes, he does.
I'm not okay. I'm okay with not having a kid feel bad because he didn't get invited.
I never felt bad when people had birthdays that wasn't invited. Did you? Because if I wasn't invited to a birthday party with somebody I either didn't like, know, or was friends with.
I mean, I don't know. If I had a rough past, I wouldn't have invited me to a lot of parties either.
You had a pretty whitey childhood.
There were definitely things like this kid Alex, when he invited people to his parties. It wasn't always birthday parties. He did like a big Halloween party every year. So if you weren't invited to that, this was more like middle school. You felt like an ass. Like you sucked. Fortunately, I was invited to, I think, most of his cool parties, but there were definitely parties I wasn't invited to. And yeah, that's just life. I mean, what I would do to get around that is just have my wife knows all of the families. I guess just text the people that you want to come. Does he have to bring the invitations to school?
No.
Or he wanted to do that? Like he wanted to pass out an invitation?
I'm okay with that. I don't know who his friends are and aren't. He's been in school for 2 months, and I don't want.
Is that weird?
What?
That your son has friends now, like that you don't know. Like my kids, all their friends I know because they have to hang out with you around.
Go to school, pal. Listen.
Yeah, it's great.
This just happened this week. First time that my son is first grade, 7 years old, right? First grade, and they're getting home from school, and there's a knock on the door. And it's this kid, and the nice kid goes, "Hi, I'm Abel. Can Asher come out and play?" My wife looks at this kid, never met him, never seen him before. He was very polite, and she says, "Yeah, 1 second." She calls Asher, and then she says to him, "She says, who is that?" He goes, "Oh, that's my friend Abel." She's like, "How old is he?" And he's like, "I don't know, but he's in the 4th grade." So the 4th grade is no, but he's cool. We're friends. He's cool. But in the 4th grade, my wife's never met this kid before ever. And he's playing with this 4th grade kid outside. And they're having whatever. But yeah, you're gonna start getting strange kids knocking on your door.
Yeah, no, my son has one of his friends is a little Spanish kid named Luis, and I love it. He comes home with the new Spanish word of the day every day. Luis is teaching him a little Spanish, so I'm all for it.
See, wait till both your kids get older. Now you start having strange kids in your house every day.
Yeah, that's what I'm not looking for.
I come home to kids in my house every day now.
I've come to your house with strange kids in your house.
Between the 3 girls, and now Asher has friends. It's like,
But here's the thing, and you even say this, when I come over, you have 4 kids. Adding 1 or 2 more to the mix doesn't even, it does not even, it's barely noticeable.
Alex,
you add a 5th one, Carmine blends in with the rest of them.
Alex used to be really hung up. I said, listen, the whatever, you think Brandy could, I said, just drop them off. She won't even know. Just throw them in the mix. She won't even know.
Speaking of the mix, look who's
here.
Hey, buddy.
We were talking about your birthday tomorrow.
Nice haircut.
Hey.
Thank you.
Hey, Carmine, how old are you going to be? How old are you now? 4?
6.
No.
Oh.
He's shy.
And he's gone. He wants to play Roblox. Leave him alone.
All right. Well, listen, Henderson, thank you for coming on.
Thank
First
you, yeah.
time KMA. We appreciate it. It was a great show. Looking forward for your TGS experience this year. We'll definitely see you in February. We don't see you sooner. Coop, as always, my friend, thank you for your contribution.
Thank you.
We appreciate you taking time out from your hacking lifestyle to join us Saturday on KMA Radio. Gentlemen, have a great weekend. All our fans and listeners, enjoy your Saturday. We hope we entertained you, made you laugh a little, and thanks for joining us. We will catch you next week. Have no clue what the guest is. My life is in disarray, but we will make it all happen. Until then, keep it.
Thank you very much, Abe.
Thank you, Henderson.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you.